Welcome back. Another open window. Pan here, Jazz here, the usual.
Sir, yes, sir.
And as promised in the last episode, we wanted to talk about like these. I mean, it's not really ongoing, I guess, because our actually finished, but we wanted to talk about two soccer or football anime, depending where you're from. They're same thing, basically. We wanted to talk about these two shows or series, at least, because one of them, like Blue Lock, doesn't have a manga yet, but our actually finished season one. I feel like season two might also like come out at some point, but I don't know how popular this like season one was. But I mean, yeah, we just compare the
Mm,
series, like both of them as a whole. We just felt like it had to be done because a lot of people online currently like to compare them and say like this is better than that and shit. I mean, you can do that, but they do different things. But
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, we just wanted to talk about them here. I guess we could give like a quick synopsis for both of them. Like, do you want to tell the people what
Yeah.
Awashi is about maybe first?
Yeah. Okay. So for Aoashi, it's like they said, they're both football shows, both soccer shows, of course, if you live in America. And Aoashi is more based around, it's like the typical, like you see it in, what's the Haikyuu, you see it in
Mm-hmm.
Diamond No Ace. It's the typical rural boy who has a lot of talent. He has something special about him. But like, and he's the best one on his hometown team. But like, for him to get better, he needs to go to the city. He needs to go, around better players, get a better coach, etc. So it starts off like in the first episode, he's in his town. They just lose. I think they just lost their title game. Even though he was doing really good, his teammates weren't as good, so they lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
He felt really defeated by it, and he was very frustrated. So he goes out. He's taking a walk, and he sees this like world-renowned coach, ex-player, and he spots him. He's just like, oh, like I saw you, because he was at the game. So he was like, oh, I saw you playing. You're a really good player. It maybe if you did this things differently, you would have won. So he takes him down to the beach, like because he was walking over an overpass. He's like, if you did this, and this, and actually use your talent in this way, then you could have saw the game a lot better. And Ashi just sits there and he does it for like, does he do it for like the entire day or some crazy shit with no food, no water, no? He just sits there and keeps
Yeah,
doing it
like I guess
over and
like throughout the
over and
night
over.
almost,
It was
or
crazy.
just does it
And
like
I
to
think
sleep.
the old man even fell asleep and woke
Yeah,
up
yeah,
again and they were still working.
that's
Like,
true.
yeah, it's kind of like I say, I feel like it's for the best example, like that's kind of like it is like it's probably Haikyuu, because Haikyuu has Hanada. He's young. He's I won't say he's rural, but he's young. He's very
Mm-hmm.
like special. It has that talent, but he has no type of skill. That's best. It's kind of like that, but soccer/football version. Blue
Yeah.
Lock, on the other hand, is like I'll compare it more to Kuroko's No Basketball, where people it's like everything's a lot more eccentric. It's a lot more fast paced. They seem like they have like superpowers damn near because they're fucking dribbling the ball so crazy. They're flipping over their head. They're doing bicycle kicks. They're kicking it from like 30 meters out. I mean, and the thing is that is happens in real life soccer/football. I mean, it does happen. It might not be happen all the time, but it does happen. So I don't see it like it's too unrealistic. But I can see it being a lot more eccentric. But for basically, like, I wouldn't even go into the first episode. I feel like you should just really go like, well, not the first episode because it only has a manga right now. I will say the big overall premise is like it's the complete opposite of Aoashi. Basically, it's they have all these strikers right around Japan, and they bring them all into one place, and they're just like, we want y'all to compete to be the best striker in the world. We need the best striker for Japan's soccer, slash football team to be the best. Forget teamwork. Forget trying to like pass each other and fuck that shit. Just have the best ego, be the best at your game, and just be number one. Fuck all this friendly shit. It's the complete opposite of what Haikyuu is, of what um Iwashi is, what Diamond Oasis is. It's like this throws teamwork out the building and just only focus on yourself. And it just gets crazier and crazier and crazier with the things they add, the games that they play. And yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, probably the Haikyuu and Kuroko no Basket comparison is, I think, the best one you can make here. A lot of people also get back to those two shows and compare them to those because, I mean, they are similar in a way in terms of what they represent. It's actually also fun. Like our Ashi has scenes where people say stuff like you have to play with your team to win, or scoring goals isn't everything. Then you have Blue Lock say the exact opposite of that, and people like they insult each other and shit just because they weren't able to score something or whatever. But overall, yeah, that's true. It Blue Lock does feel more on the supernatural side, and as you said, it does happen, but pretty rarely. Though I have also like I gotta say, Awashi also sometimes feels a bit like
Oh yeah,
supernatural
yeah,
almost. It's not really
yeah,
supernatural, but unnatural maybe. Like Awashi, like Ashi's the MC, his ability. Like, I mean, I'm not just call it an ability. Is like what is it, like a good vision, right? So he sees most or everything that happens on the field and remembers
yeah.
shit better than anyone else. And interesting thing though is that I think his like the MC is called Isagi, right? In Blue Lock, I believe. He also has a similar ability,
Oh
right? Yeah,
yeah,
he is
yes,
he is also
yeah,
a playmaker, just like Awashi is turning out to be. But like instead of I mean switching positions and shit, he stays the same. Like everyone wants to be the best, like the best player to score goals and whatever. Always be at the front, but not everyone can be that. So Isagi also realized that throughout and becomes a playmaker. Both have this vision ability. Though I suppose that Isagi's, because it is Blue Lock, goes more, I mean, completely bonkers there, I suppose. I could call it. Like, they definitely exaggerate this ability. Like, he
a
sees
lot, a
into
lot.
the future low key and predicts shit that, I mean, normal players wouldn't probably be able to predict in just a matter of, I mean, 1 or 2 seconds. Like, seeing everything that's gonna happen and then just being there at the exact place at the exact time where a goal is about to happen.
It's mad crazy. It's really,
Yeah.
really crazy. And I feel like I didn't even notice that they really both kind of have like similar skills. I didn't even notice that. I think for a lot of anime they do that a lot. Even for like there's a lot of baseball anime, and I think they always make it like where the pit like because the main character is usually always a pitcher, and they always make the pitcher have some like crazy ass like fastball or some shit like that. That's like their special thing that they throw, and like no one can catch it besides the new catcher on the new team. So it's kind of interesting that they do that, but. Yeah, Blue Lock is just like he's damn near like I don't even know like he's just like like it's like real life or some shit. I mean he just knows what's gonna happen. He's just there at the perfect time, and like it gets more crazier and crazier. It's not even
Yeah.
just him. Like the
It's
side cast
everyone.
around him is just crazy. Like they'll like there's this one guy like he's really fast, and like he just gets faster and faster and faster and faster. I think his only like challenge was like when someone had faster acceleration, but he had faster top speed. So like he could get like so the other guy could get there like quicker than him, but like in a long sprint he would win. So it was like
Mm.
things like that is how they challenge each other. I feel like that's another thing as well. Both the side cast and Aoashi and Blue like really help the main character like not only to shine, but they have their own spotlight too. I'm glad that them just kind of push them away. I feel like more so in Blue Lock they kind of make sure the side cast does a lot better. I feel like Aoashi is still mainly
Hmm.
focused on him. Cause I feel like Blue Lock is it's like multiple main characters damn near.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I mean,
Again, the sidecast isn't bad in Awashi, but there are certain characters that definitely get more spotlight. But maybe that, I mean, maybe more happens later on in season 2 or the manga when I continue reading. I might,
yeah,
I
I
mean,
got you.
tell
I
you
got
about it.
you.
But yeah, Blue Lock definitely has a lot of focus on different people because, I mean, Isagi, the MC, realizes pretty early on that he is nowhere near the best, and like a lot of people are way better than him at different things, so he has to keep up. And the sidecast has ample time to shine. Everyone has their skill. Everyone has their like special. I'm just call it ability at this point, or special move set, whatever you want to call it. So maybe that's something Blue Lock does better. But the MC, I think I would give it to Awashi. The whole development thing, like you look at episode 1 and then you look at episode 24, definitely not the same person, right?
Yeah,
It's like even though they don't feel completely different, right? It's still it's not like with Eren, for example, in Attack on Titan, right? Like the more like loudmouth kid, whatever. And then last season or last episode, you have this very like calm and I don't want to say sociopathic, but he is like, I mean, he is a psychopath for what he's doing. So it's not
yeah,
like that, right? But you still see the development. and it's super cool just to see. It's like very, I mean, it's kind of it's pretty nuanced. So it's like the small things that stack up, and then he becomes a better person in the end. Better connections to everyone, makes everyone a better player, and they make him a better player. Which is, I mean, it
Yeah.
also happens in Blue Lock, but not that much. So Isagi probably isn't even my favorite character. Like there are a lot of side
Oh
characters that
yeah,
just feel more interesting, I think.
because Blue Lock is for Saki, because like I feel like how they develop throughout the show is like his whole thing is like because they both have similar skills where they perceive the field, they see what everybody's doing, but Isagi kind of like he since the whole premise of the thing is to be the best and just make your way to the top no matter what like no matter what you have to do. He sees other people on the field and he tries to like not like copy them, but like devour them. It's like that's how they say it in the manga. They want to devour other
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
So it's what they want to like not like be just like them or like take their skill, but like how do I like use their skill kind of like in a way for make to make and then with my own to push me further. While in
Yeah.
Oashi, it's like let me see what you do good and then what I do good and let's try to make something work. Like if you run fast and let me try to throw you a through bar right here. While in Blue Lock, it's like let me just like let me I don't even know how to explain it. You just have to read the manga, but it's like I don't fuck the teamwork. You run fast. I make you like I'm gonna manipulate you to run here, but I'm gonna be like right in front of you. I don't know. It's just like this things are just being insane in that fucking manga. I don't know.
Yeah, it is ample mind games, and it's non-stop. Like you have these big football
Yeah,
matches, and people go crazy. Like the MC is like, damn, he did that. I have to do better. Like I have to use him, right? Like all that shit.
yeah. That's basically yeah.
So I suppose we can get to the main criticism for both shows that I've seen, starting with Blue Lock, I suppose, because it gets more criticism than Aoashi. I feel like maybe I'm not seeing, I mean, a lot of Aoashi hate, whatever you want to call it, but I see a lot of Blue Lock hate recently, and I think the two main things that people don't like about the series is, I mean, for one, that it's unrealistic, as we said. So if you want a realistic depiction or more realistic depiction of football, then Aoashi is something for you. Or even like older anime. Maybe I don't know about all the soccer, football, whatever anime. But if you want something realistic, Aoashi is the thing. So those people definitely say, yeah, unrealistic is bad. I don't like that. Blue Lock is kind of ass for that. But I think something that a lot of people also bring up for Blue Lock hate is the dialogue, I feel like. All the people in all the characters insulting each other, saying stuff like, as you said earlier, the whole "I'ma devour you." They use ample, cuss words and shit. So I suppose
It gets crazy. It definitely gets crazy. I mean, I think it's because they be talking like as if they're actually like boxing with some like Dragon Ball or some crazy. They be like, I'm gonna kill you. Like, damn.
Yeah. Like one of the latest chapters even has him like fuck off, man, I'm gonna kill you. Like actually like also like looking at him with like killing intent. Like, come on now. But in context, it does make sense. They've been like that since chapter 1. So, yeah. But if you don't like this, I'm gonna just call it over the top dialogue, then I understand. Like that's not for you. Watch something more chill. But it's like, but as I said, like Blue Lock is the complete opposite of your usual teamwork, heavy, all friendship type show. It's really just about being the best, scoring the most, and outshining everyone. So you have no room really for true friendship. It's basically like you versus everyone else, even though they're on your team, and you might pass the ball to them to win in the end, but you still also want to look good, like score goals and shit. So,
Yeah,
I mean that's
they be getting mad at each other too. Yeah, they be
oh,
getting like pissed
yeah.
like when they pass or like they have to like do something else with someone. They be so mad. Like they'll win the match and still be like fighting afterwards. That's what crazy it is. So.
Yeah, so that's the Blue Lock criticism. For Aoashi, I suppose the only thing I've ever seen really is that it's boring. Like a lot, like some people just lose interest or lost interest throughout the show. I also seen it on like my animals. I just went through the reviews, and whenever I see a bad review, people usually say something like, uh, I was kind of interested at first, but then as the show went on, I lost interest more and more. So I mean, I also can kind of see that. So the show definitely isn't, compared to Blue Lock, I guess, as engaging. So there aren't like a
Yeah.
lot of these peak character moments, I would say, or even events. Like it's small things. Like the MC improves by a little bit, but that doesn't make him like overpowered suddenly. He just
Yeah.
realized the others are also very strong, and him being like better, like maybe improving his vision, doesn't make him insta win. Like with Blue Lock, sometimes like someone uses one of their moves, boom, scores a goal. But for him, it's not like that. Like it's very small things with the with Awashi characters. But I mean, I can see why people might lose interest. They want like the high octane, always maybe just, I would just say action, like
I
always
think that's
just
what
something
it is
happening. Yeah.
too. I feel like even I did compare it to Haikyuu. I feel like another thing is like the what's it called? I guess like the animation is not as like as pristine as definitely, because I think Blue Lock is being animated by Mappa, so it's about to look really crazy. And of course, we all know what Haikyuu looks like. Even Diamond always has a lot better, I guess, like animation. So I feel like the animation kind of puts it off for Iwashi. It's not terrible or nothing like that,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's not like, oh, it's so crisp and like everything looks so sharp. So I will give you that. So I think like the animation alone might turn people away. I feel like if we stay for the story, and like that's another thing. Yeah, it's a lot more slower paced. It's not like, oh, every single, because some episodes they just be talking. They just be talking about like the
True.
game, about like soccer, about football, about, like, oh, what can we work on? How can we train for this next? So I feel like it's a lot slower paced.
Yeah, rarely happens in Blue Lock actually. Like just a talk chapter, or even like later on episodes. You
Yeah.
usually have something going on. Maybe training, maybe a match, maybe it's like a finale or some conflict, whatever. Like Blue Lock always has big shit going on, while Awashi takes its time. Like it's in no rush to get to it, like anything really. So that's, I guess, a good thing about the anime. I hope Blue Lock doesn't do that. I feel like Blue Lock could potentially fail, like the anime, if they just try to animate as much as they can, because they want to get to the like very dope moments, and then they disregard the small stuff. But Awashi did it right. Like they take it slow, don't rush it, show everything that's needed. Characters talking, I mean, show them it's important dialogue usually. But as I said, I suppose I can understand when people say that it's kind of boring, because it's just different. It's the more realistic approach on sports
Yeah.
in general, I suppose. But
I
that's,
feel like if
yeah,
I feel no, but I feel like if you I feel like, of course, for both shows, I mean, you don't have to like the sport, but I feel like if you really like do enjoy soccer itself, you watch like every week and shit like that, I feel like you would probably enjoy Awashi a lot more. If you just want something like just something exciting and like action packed, for sure Blue Lock. I mean, both of them, even the same thing for Haikyuu. I don't know nothing about volleyball, but through Haikyuu, I've learned a lot about volleyball. So you can still be
mhm.
like you don't know what the fuck you're watching, but still learn out through through the story. So I mean, either way,
True. I learned a lot about volleyball actually through Haikyuu, which cannot be said
yeah.
about basketball and Kuroko no Basket. Like
I
sometimes they
I
just be
don't like
doing
that
whatever,
show.
like Haiki.
I don't like that show. Kuroko basketball is so insane. I know Apollo love it. Like he doesn't love it, but that's like probably his favorite sports anime. I just don't like
Really?
that show.
Damn, I didn't
Yeah, I
know.
think yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, at the same time, you also don't really learn anything about football in Blue Lock, because I mean, you know the structure and
Fair,
all,
yeah.
but they just be doing crazy shit, and usually
There's
don't
no like
explain the basic
offsides or
stuff.
nothing, isn't there? There's nothing. There's no offsides. Like they'd be giving fouls, but like it has to be like a hard ass foul. Like
Yeah, they
there's
do
nothing. I
crazy
don't know.
shit, but it's. I mean, yeah, it's just pushing everything to the extreme, and stuff like offside can maybe ruin a moment. Like Awashi has these moments, but it doesn't ruin it. Probably it's like it's realistic. Like it just happens. You might be pumped and all, about to score a goal, but then boom, offside. You made a mistake, though you don't get the point. But in Blue Lock, that might ruin a big moment. Like imagine like them insulting each other. I'm kill your ass, idiot, whatever you want to call it, whatever type of insults they use. And then suddenly, like, but damn, offside. Nah, you didn't get it. Like that just kills the vibe a little bit.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. As I said, main criticism can also be said for Haikyuu. Some people just say it's boring, nothing happening. It's basically the same. It's like, I don't know how old Awashi actually is, the manga. So I'm just call Awashi and Blue Lock like the new gen here, Haikyuu and Kuroko no Basket.
Basically, there's a lot of soccer too. I haven't seen I don't know. I guess volleyball got taken over. Basketball. And there's been a lot of basketball remakes, not remakes, but like other basketball anime, but they never pick up at all.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I mean, sports anime as a whole usually don't get as big as, I mean, fighting shows and shit. Haikyuu did get big, but I mean, probably also for different reasons, just because of the main cast, probably because people like them so much.
Yeah.
And the manga also popping off in Shonen Jump and all that shit. I don't even know if it's already completed or not. Maybe it is. I haven't really kept up with Haikyuu.
Me neither.
Though, I mean, even before making like this podcast, I wanted to also, I mean, it's a small point, but I wanted to briefly also mention the female cast in both shows, because I feel like Blue Lock, I mean, it has kind of, I don't know if it's wasted
That's
potential.
one.
They only have like one girl, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe
And-
more. I don't know. Like,
And it's just like fan service. She just comes like they just like I
True,
think
true.
there's one like manga cover and it's just she just looks sexy as hell and that's it. Like and she's not even in the chapter. Like what was the point?
yeah. So it's like she's the first character, like in Blue Lock. I mean, this woman, like the politician, whoever she is. She's like one of the first characters we get introduced, even before the MC, and in the end, she doesn't do anything. Like, I mean, okay, I suppose it's just like you gotta have a fan service character, I suppose. Yeah, but Awashi has a strong female cast. I feel like
That's really good.
true. Like I don't know all their names just off the top of my head. Would need to watch like or read up on that again. But let's like, for example, the mother of the MC is pretty good. Like I don't see a lot of good mother characters.
Oh yeah, the mom.
Yeah, I
forgot
don't
about
see a
him.
lot of mother
Okay.
characters that are well written in manga or anime, but this one I really like. It's just, you know, a good supportive mom. Then you have the blonde girl that supports the MC, the purple hair one that later on joins in, that knows a lot about soccer, and she's the daughter of what was it, the manager? I don't know, not really
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Or the owner of the team.
Yes. So I mean, it's a small thing, but I gotta give props to Awashi, because from my experience, even with Haikyuu or other sports shows, the female cast is usually kind of weak or even
Oh, yeah.
non-existent. Haikyuu has like one important girl, and like I forgot her name, but it's like the blue-haired one that two of the players like.
She had one episode, I think, in like the most recent season. She was like running to get one of their stuff or something like that. Like I'm like, bro, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
just...
she's just existing there. Same with Blue Lock. Does Kuroko no Basket even have girls? I don't even remember.
I don't know. I didn't watch it enough for me to even know that information. I ain't gonna hold you at all.
Yeah, I have no idea. And other sports anime are usually like very MC focused. So I can appreciate Awashi having like, you know, all these interactions with the girls, like the MC, knowing them all, like all of them have their role, supporting him and potentially other people. So as I said, it's a small thing. But if a show does it right, I gotta give props, you know. I gotta give props, especially after watching shows like, I don't know, fucking Naruto or shit. Like I like Naruto, but the female cast is not it. Like, for sure
That's
not
true.
it. Or even
I
My
also
Hero
say
Academia. Yeah.
I also say in Awashi, like there is like a slight romance factor too. So if you like romance a lot, like you might like that being integrated. It's not too crazy. I feel
Mhm.
like it's not like every episode, but they do like have it going throughout the
Yeah.
show.
It
So, I
might
mean,
get
I like
bigger
that too.
later on in the manga, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I feel like it might have like an ending like a Full Metal Alchemist where it all comes like full circle or some crazy shit at the end. Some cool stuff. Something like that.
you know the ending of Full Metal Alchemist?
Yes, sir. I'm still trying to, I'm still trying to watch through it. Yes, sir.
I thought, bro, you haven't even. How do you know
I got, bro. TikTok exists. I got spoiled like 9,000 times,
Bro, who makes Full Metal TikToks? What? No,
Bro,
soul is
all the
making them.
time. They'd be like top 10. They put that nigga in there and they show the ending, but that man gets married and everything, bro. Just spoiling everything.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Come on now. But yeah, like I mean, I feel like I said everything I wanted to say about both shows. So I mean, to summarize, like once again, if you like the more action-packed, unrealistic sports shows, then Blue Lock manga. An anime is coming out next month, I believe, maybe start of October sometime. It's this fire-ass new season. We already talked about it, you know. Blue Lock is up there. Fire as fuck. Watch it. I mean, check it out at least. Like episode 1 should probably be heat as fuck. From what I remember, like the beginning is pretty good. And yeah, if you like something that's more grounded, less unrealistic, people still have like some of those quote unquote abilities, but you know, it's more realistic. Watch Awashi. Fire as characters. The people teaching actually know what they do, like what they're doing, because the trainer, whatever you want to call it, I forgot his name, of Blue Lock. I mean, he just says like, y'all are trash, just play better. while the people training in Awashi, like they actually know their stuff. Like they change positions, like change players and move them up a rank and shit, like whenever it's beneficial. And the manager, like the main guy who owns the team, he is on another plane of existence. Like he just sees everything like perfectly. He knows what he wants. But I won't I won't spoil anything, you know.
You gotta watch, yeah.
Yeah, there's the big plot twist in the middle of the show, I think. But for those who haven't watched it yet, you'll get there. Trust me, it's fire.
Plot twist was good. It was a good plot twist.
Yeah, didn't expect it at all. But yeah, anything you want to add? Something
I think we said it all. Yeah, just definitely give both things a try. Obviously, just ended, so you can go and binge the whole first season like we did. Cause we were but we were watching it week by week, but y'all can just go and binge it and then read the manga after. So y'all lucky as hell. And then Blue Lock coming out, like soon, very soon. Should be coming out with everything else coming out next month. Next month about to be crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Crazy next month.
We already said it last time, but this next season might be one of the best seasons ever. Though I suppose I gotta get this in, even though it's not even the right video. While editing the last like my anime list video with the predictions and shit, bro, we thought the season is heat, and it is nice, like a lot of good shows. But as we scroll down, bro, we didn't even realize how much mid there is. This season is still filled with mids. Like it's 5 or 6 good shows, sure, like maybe 5, I don't know. But there's so much shit, bro, and we just forgot about it somehow.
I mean, I think we're just so blind about how good the first 2 rows on my analyst is so fire. Yeah, there's a lot of idol show after idol show. That's
it is what it is. But yeah, if you like sports, anime / manga in general, like just sports, like it's something you would watch if you had time or anything, then try out both shows, as Jess said. And I feel like it's almost like a guarantee, almost, that you will like at least one of those shows.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like they are 2 sides, right? Like you have the realistic, you have the unrealistic, nothing in between probably exists, and one of those has to fit your taste. Has to. Maybe if not, then come back and dislike this video, okay? I suppose. Don't tell them that the dislike button only exists for you if you have the whatever it is extension on the browser. But don't tell them. Okay, but yeah, I think this is it for both shows. Yeah. But so thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Whatever you were doing. This has been Open Window episode 16 now. Yeah, I gotta write it down. So I think it's 16.
I always forget. I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, Pan here, Jazz here. Yeah, see you next time, I suppose.
Peace.